Nothing kills a great backyard faster than dragging wet feet through the house. I've lost count of how many client projects started with that exact complaint, especially after a pool install or a beach house remodel. The fix can be simple, but the good ones feel smart, not gimmicky. In this top 20 countdown, I'm showing you outdoor shower ideas that actually work, from compact rinse stations to spa-like setups, so you can pick a style that fits your space, budget, and daily routine. Cedar slats land here because they look great on day one, but they're the first thing I check for movement after a wet season. I've seen 1x4 boards cup if they're too tight together. Leave gaps, seal the end grain, and keep the spray off the lower edges so the enclosure doesn't start twisting. This stone floor sits this low because it solves the slip problem better than almost anything else, but only if the joints are right. I've watched pretty pebble floors fail when the grout lines are too smooth or the slope is lazy. Give me a 1/4 inch per foot pitch and a textured finish, and you're not skating around barefoot. Bamboo gives you that resort feel fast, and honestly, that's why it ranks here, not higher. It reads light and tropical, but untreated bamboo near constant spray gets tired quickly. I'd only use it as a screened accent wall, not the actual wettest surface, unless you're okay replacing pieces sooner than you planned. Black fixtures earn this spot because they look sharp against concrete, cedar, or white tile, and they photograph beautifully too. The catch is water spotting, especially if your hose water runs hard. I've wiped down more matte black heads than I can count, so I like them best where the finish gets a quick rinse and dries fast. This poolside rinse setup ranks right in the middle because it's the one people actually use, which matters more than fancy finishes. Put it within 10 to 15 feet of the pool edge, and keep the controls simple. I've seen clients skip the towel hook and bench, then wonder why the deck stays wet and cluttered. Reclaimed wood gets this ranking because the character is real, but so is the upkeep. The trick nobody tells you is to keep it off the splash zone, where the boards start checking at the knots and fasteners. I like it as a back wall with a good overhang, where it can age gracefully instead of just getting beat up. Copper fixtures sit near the top because they age in a way cheap metal never can. They start bright, then pick up that soft patina that makes the whole shower feel settled. The one catch is staining around the base if the water sits too long, so I always spec a clean slope and a finish that can handle minerals. That screen sounds simple, but I've seen cheap privacy panels warp after one wet season. If you're enclosing an outdoor shower, the real win is airflow, so the walls dry fast and don't hold that musty smell. I like 1x2 cedar slats or powder-coated aluminum with a 1-inch gap. Planters around a shower look great until roots start fighting your footing. I like them because they soften the hard edges, but the trick is keeping the layout shallow and movable, so you can still clean the drain and hose out sand. Use fiberglass or resin pots, not heavy clay that cracks in freeze-thaw weather. A rainfall head feels amazing, but outside it can turn into a splash zone if the floor isn't sized right. I usually want at least a 4x4 foot shower pad, sometimes bigger, because that wider spray needs room to fall without soaking the towel hook or the adjacent wall. Nice idea, real planning required. Corrugated metal gives you that farmhouse look fast, but I've watched it get scorching hot in full sun if nobody thinks about orientation. The smart move is pairing it with cedar trim or a shaded wall, plus a matte finish so it doesn't glare like a barn roof at noon. Cheap, sturdy, and a little unforgiving. Live edge wood gets attention right away, and honestly, That's the problem if you pick the wrong slab. I only like it when the wood is sealed on every cut face and kept out of constant splash, because the bark edge can separate fast. Beautiful detail, but it needs more care than most people expect. A freestanding shower sounds flexible, and it is, but I like it most when the plumbing run stays short. If you place it too far from the house, you're paying more for trenching, winterizing, and heat loss on warm water lines. Keep it simple, near a side yard or pool edge, and it works beautifully. An attached exterior wall shower is where the plumbing finally makes sense. I like it because you can share supply lines with the house and keep the drain run tighter, but you've got to protect the siding from splashback with tile, stone, or a waterproof panel. That detail saves repairs later. I love the beach house look, but this one ranks here because salt air is brutal on the wrong hardware. I've seen pretty brass fixtures pit in a single season if they're not marine grade. Use cedar or ipe slats, keep the drain gravel simple, and don't overbuild it. The wind and sand already do enough. This industrial pipe setup looks cool fast, but I've had to fix a lot of versions where the black iron started rusting at the threads. If you want the look, use galvanized or powder-coated pipe and keep the valves exposed on purpose. That raw, utilitarian feel works best when the wall behind it stays dead simple. The Japanese-style wood deck version earns its spot because it feels calm without trying too hard. I like it with a low platform and tight board spacing, usually about a 1/4 inch gap, so water clears fast and the wood doesn't stay soggy. Cedar works, but thermally modified ash holds up better if you're picky about maintenance. A pallet shower is here because it solves a real problem for maybe a few $100, but only if you accept that it's temporary. I've built enough of these to know the fasteners matter more than the wood. Use exterior screws, raise the base off wet soil, and expect to replace a board or two every year. Cheap, yes. Permanent, not really. The stone grotto lands this high because it hides the plumbing beautifully and makes the whole area feel finished. The catch? Stone gets slippery fast if you pick the wrong surface. I always push for a honed or lightly textured finish, plus a real drain slope, about a 1/4 inch per foot, or you'll hate it after the first week. I'm putting the bench nook at the top because it's the detail people use every single day, not just when they're showing off the backyard. A built-in seat gives you a place to rinse kids, set a towel, or sit while you scrub sandy feet. And honestly, that's what makes an outdoor shower feel thoughtful instead of just pretty. The best outdoor showers are the ones that fit the way you actually live, whether that means a quick rinse after the pool or a full spa-style setup with privacy and storage. If one of these sparked an idea, hit like, subscribe, and visit omnihomeideas.com for more design tips, layouts, and real-world inspiration. Brad Smith and the Omni Home Ideas team will be back with more practical ideas that make your home feel easier to use and a lot better to look at.